Welcome back. And if you thought bonded labor was a thing of the past, well, think again. 500 workers in a brick-kiln were rescued from bonded labor just yesterday after an NGO interfered and local government officials stepped in. Our reporter Lokpriya visits the rescued prisoners.
Banulla doesn't remember when life was pleasant. Forced to drop out of school to help his parents pay off debts, he came to Chennai and ended up in a brick-kiln at Poneri, where a whopping 500 people were employed.
Every
family has a story to tell, all heart-rending. Long working hours and a family of 4 was just paid 50 rupees for making 1,000 bricks. For vegetables, a family got 20 rupees a person, a vicious cycle of hunger and overwork. So when an NGO and revenue district officials stepped in and rescued them from bondage, it was relief all around.
तुमके काम निकलेगा ना अगर खावा के दमू तुम्हें काम करी आसो तुमके खावा के दमू नहीं खावा के दो नहीं और तुमके छानू नहीं.
Officials say the owner of the kiln is now behind bars.
जब हमको चलो बोला तो आराम से हम पैसे देंगे ठीक देंगे बोल के ले आए. फिर इधर जब बारिश गिरने लग पड़ा काम जरा कम हुआ ना नहीं जानते थे गाली देने लग पड़ते हैं. फिर जिस दिन बारिश आता है तो उस दिन पैसे कम देते हैं. बोलते जितना बनाओगे उतना देंगे. अब बारिश आने का हमारी क्या गलती हो सकती है ना.
The NGO that worked closely with the government officials now have their work cut out to reintegrate these workers with their families back home in Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Orissa.
We want to make sure that they can go back to their families, back to their communities, but that they can be reintegrated so that they're not ever victimized by the bonded labor system. Today, when we see them, as they are in the background, you know, the kids are playing, the people are smiling again, they seem to have a sense of being family. It's wonderful to see hope again in their faces.
With a prayer on their lips and faith in their heart, these workers are hoping to resume their journey not only back home, but also towards freedom. In Poneri, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, now, a few years ago, the Supreme Court had labelled Chennai as unlivable because of the rampant violations of building norms. And we have all heard of big shopping malls building extra floors and functioning without basic parking facilities for their customers. Now, the Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority, or CMDA as it is known, has often been accused of looking the other way and not cracking the whip, a charge they have always denied. But in the case of an ordinary citizen in Nungambakkam, the agency went all out and even sealed the premises that also houses a restaurant that's under construction for, hold your breath, a 10-centimeter deviation in the height of the structure. The aggrieved citizen went to the Madras High Court, which has now ordered that the lock and seal affixed by the CMDA be removed immediately.
This building under construction on Khadar Nawaz Khan Road in the upmarket Nungambakkam area was locked and sealed by the CMDA authorities on Wednesday night. The action was based on not a violation but a mere deviation of barely 10 centimeters in height. The Madras High Court has ordered that the lock and seal be removed. This is because the CMDA failed to warn the builder before sealing the premises. And the CMDA took the step even as the builder's appeal against an earlier notice was pending before higher authorities. This step against an ordinary citizen is arguably in stark contrast to the CMDA's stance with regard to the big fish. For instance, just recently, the Madras High Court pulled up the authorities for allowing unauthorized construction in the 3rd floor by a big confectionery brand in the commercial hub of T Nagar and ordered demolition.
Trend where we see that building which has completely been constructed without any authority, without any plan, without any sanction, it is just lying there and nobody takes any action. And buildings with very minor deviations like what happened in the present case, like 10 centimeters and 20 centimeters, which is not even a feet, they come and take a drastic action of sealing and locking the premises. So therefore the courts have also taken cognizance of whatever is happening now. Because
smarting from the criticism of the court, CMDA authorities are keeping mum when asked to respond to what's being seen as double standards in their enforcement. In Chennai with Peer Muhammad, Evelyn Matthew for NDTV Hindu.
Now, former Sri Lankan cricket team captain Hassan Tilakaratne has made a sensational revelation that match fixing has been common in Sri Lankan cricket. Not just that, he says that he will even reveal names in the future. He didn't exactly mean that Sri Lanka's last match, which was the World Cup final versus India, was fixed, but he asked why 4 players were changed for the finals. According to him, match fixing isn't anything new in Sri Lanka. In fact, it's been happening, according to him, for the last few years since 1992. Well, Tilakaratne said, and I quote, "There were threats of this issue being exposed earlier, but was pushed down by giving money to various people. I state with great responsibility that I will reveal the names of those involved," unquote. Now, in more national updates, BJP leader Yashwant Sinha has clarified Murli Manohar Joshi's walkout from the PAC meeting yesterday, showing the PAC rulebook. Now, just to give a recap on this latest controversy over the Parliament's Public Accounts Committee's report on the 2G spectrum scam yesterday, 11 of the 21 members belonging to the UPA rejected the report, accusing the chairman, Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi, of acting on a hidden agenda and trying to destabilize the government. Now, senior BJP leader Arun Jaitley, in fact, has told Ndtv that UPA has tried to scuttle the probe. Yashwant Sinha said that Murli Manohar Joshi is entitled to walk out. Well, a Gujarat IPS officer who testified against the Chief Minister Narendra Modi in the riots case has appealed to the Supreme Court, saying that his family and him are not being given protection despite serious security threats following his deposition to the SIT over 2002 riots. Now, the officer Sanjeev Bhatt said that he has faced untoward incidents after he spoke up against the Modi government. Well, even as Rajni gets set to tell his fans about his latest project, Rana, call us and join us in wishing the superstar the best ahead of his film period. Rana, take